We're on a Victorian dump. Hi everyone, now you know we have problems sometimes, batteries run out, cards have error. Today I'm carrying spare batteries, I've even got a brand new memory card in case anything goes wrong with the camera. But I forgot the camera. Yes, I have just walked half a mile to the car and half a mile back again. So if some of the footage today seems a little less crisp than usual, it's because I left Caroline with the GoPro 7 while I took a hike. But I am excited about being here because you know how I like teapots. Well, today I've got a kettle.
Oh, very nice.
And from where I'm standing I can already see 2 teapots, so I'm off.
Oh, that's a nice one.
A nice white one
nice
there.
Relatively. Let's have a look. It's full of a bit of dirt and it's white with some gold on, some gilding. And what's the other one like?
This one.
Oh, a little brown one with a green top. There are so many interesting things to see when you come to a dump like this where everybody's been digging. They've done all the hard work. They've had the reward of all the most rare bottles. But we get to see all the things that they didn't take with absolutely no effort whatsoever. A little bit of walking and we get to see lots of interesting things. There's a hole down there. Let's go have a look. See what's down in this hole. There's something circular there. What do you think that is? Oh, I think it's a button. An old metal button. We'll need to clean that up and have a good look at it. What else is here? Oh, there's a bottle with the top snapped off. And there's a handle of something there. Let's have a look up here. Got little bits of teacup. I'll let you into a secret. We're here today with Tom, and as soon as we arrived at this dump, he looked down and found a pipe. So I'm dead jealous and I really need to find a pipe. So don't forget, if you see a pipe, shout extra loudly because I really want to find one. I'd like to find more, but I definitely want to find one. Is this a hole jar? What do you think? Let's have a look. Oh yes, no hole in the bottom. Ooh, something suspect in there, which we can't clean out. I'll put that there and we may come back for it, we may not. Oh, yuck. Very messy. We wander down this way, see what we can find, and hopefully we won't fall down a hole. And we know 2 people have already been here just before us, so they will have found all the really obvious things, so we're going to have to search a little bit harder. But I don't mind because I've got you all on my side. So many hands make light work, many eyes find lots of exciting things. What's that? No, it's not a hole, but let's have a look. Oh, that would have been so pretty. But there's not a lot left and there's no water to clean it, so I've no idea what's on it. This looks like an interesting little tump. Let's have a look what's here. I can see a jug, but I'm assuming that's broken. What do you think? Oh yes, just the front. And bits of broken plate. Oh, bits of broken bottle. Oh, look. That's a lovely one. It says Shipley. Fletcher's of Shipley. We've got a few of those, but I love the colour, so I'm going to take that one home with me. I can also see something copper here. Oh, now that's copper with a knob on the top, like off the top of a bed. Ooh, I like that. You take that and clean it up. See what it is. Maybe it isn't that. Maybe it's off the top of some sort of samoyed, is it they call them? Where you can get water in them and boil them up and they're all posh and copper looking. Could be one of those. Or samovar. A samovar, that's the word. I wonder. More research required. Oh, look at that. What a shame the end's gone, and that looks like it was damaged when it was dug out. That would have been a lovely little plate. Right, there's another hole here. Should we go down? Do you fancy going and have a look down there? What do you think? Come on then. Oh, I thought that may have been a whole bottle, but I can see the edge, so it's not. So we'll move along down here. Ooh, it's a bit slippery. A broken bottle. What's this? Oh, I thought maybe it was a bit of that other little plate we saw, but it's not. And we've got a bottle here with nothing written on it. And that was full of something red. Oh, is that a bit of pipe stem? No. Oh, not having much luck finding another bit of pipe, are we? Right, let's go down another hole. Oh, this is quite exciting, isn't it? Going down all these holes, having a look. There's not a lot left. But the thing is, there's nothing down here because the bottle diggers tend to throw things up onto the side, even if they don't want to keep them. So let's have a look what they have thrown. We've got a bit of a vase or vase. Oh, and another bit of vase or vase. And over here we've got, oh, a very badly chipped. Is that an OXO bottle? Yep. Oh, the label's still on that too. Oh, what a shame. And we've got a Bovril jar. And plain bottle. Plain. Plain. This one's got something on it. Compo. Registered. Anything on the back? No. So a compo registered bottle. Oh, I haven't got one of those. So it's not going to empty out because there's a cork in the top. Oh, I'll take that. Oh, look at that. That is really pretty. And clean some of the dirt out. What a beautiful bottle. Look at the pattern on that. This hole on the top. Oh yes, another one for me. And as we work our way along, oh look, I've got a vulcanized bottle stopper. And I can't see what's written on it because I haven't got my glasses on. If you want to see what's written on this, then check out the live show Saturday night 9 PM every Saturday UK time, where we clean up our finds and show them, have a chat and have a quiz. It would be great to see you there. So we've got another 2 jars there, another bottle with nothing, and another bottle with nothing. Another mound, and at the top of that mound I can see a candlestick. But before we get there, there are lots of other things to look at. What's this here? Oh, it's a blue. Let's have a look there. I wondered if maybe it was one of those flower dredgers, but it's not. It's a little mug. That's a really cute little mug. Very rusty, never going to be usable again. And if you carry on up, there's the bottom of a bottle sticking out there. It is Anderton's Skipton. Something and Anderton's. And as we get to the top, we've got a little ink, which is a bit of a shame snapped there. But look at this. That's a really pretty candlestick. The handle's taken off and there's a bit missing there, but I think there's enough there to do something with. What's this? Do you think that's the end of a shaving brush? That's what I'm going for. Probably bone. It may be plastic, I can't quite tell. I'll need to have a closer look at home when it's cleaned up and it's under the light, and I've got my glasses on. And we've got another pile of bottles. Wow, look at all these. Now there's a cod bottle that's broken. Oh look, what a shame that's broken. Wright Brothers Skipton? That's not part of it, is it? Oh yes. Oh no, look at that, it's two separate bottles. What a shame. If there had been two of the same bottle, two halves of the same one, we could have kept that. A beautiful little green sheer top. Beautiful little aqua bottle. Oh, so many bottles. Look at that. I'm finding it very difficult to not take everything. But my little bag is already full. I can see something green down there, which could be copper. What do you think? Oh no, it's a green glass foot off a vase or an egg cup, I'd say. Pop that there. And let's go happy wandering further along the bottle digger's holes. What have you got, Mr. Johnson?
I got a spanner.
Oh wow. Got a spanner.
I suspect maybe a bed spanner.
All right.
With the old beds, I remember we always had a spanner to do it up, so possibly, or just a podging spanner for some old boy with that end rounded there.
Right.
Because if I remember, many of the bed spanners had two ends, but like a bike spanner to do up the different nuts.
That could have just been rotted away.
Yeah, might be rotted away.
Right.
I see your point.
Because the sun's behind you, let's look downwards and see what you've got. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, and it's got things written on it.
Yes.
R. Ackroyd and Co.
Of Keithley.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's nice. We actually ate in Keithley today, so there we go. That's a nice one. And just two little bottles.
Oh, they're cute.
Which I thought were quite pretty. There's
Very
something
nice.
in that one.
Yeah.
No,
No? Oh, it could be the cork.
it's like a rubberized.
Oh,
sort of
yes,
face,
probably the
eh?
rubber cork. Does look a
it?
bit slug-like.
Yeah, I thought at first, but it bounces around. So I've got those, and I've got
Nice
that, and I've got
finds.
this. And having a jolly good time here at the dump. But I know that an awful lot of you enjoy doing a bit of history with us while we're away. And seems we're in North Yorkshire, I thought I'd share somewhere quite famous in this part of the world. Come and join us now. And here we are at Skipton Castle, the most powerful resistance during the Civil War in the north was given here, when this castle stood up to a siege for 3 years before falling to the parliamentarians. Yes, no secret, the Clifford family were royalists. But there's been a castle here, or at least there's been some kind of structure here since just after the Normans landed. There at the end of the 11th century, the first wooden structure was established. But of course that didn't put up very well to the attacks from the Scots and others, so slowly it became a stone structure. And then what we see today, high above the Alabec, on this cliff face and quarry face, we see the fantastic facade of the rear of this castle. You can see why, as it stands there high above the Alabec, this was a chosen place for security defence from whatever marauding group may come. The first established building on here was way back in the late 11th century, not long after the Battle of 1066 at Hastings, when the first Norman settler put up a wooden structure. But that didn't stand up to them Scots very well, so soon it became a stone building, and it was in 1310 that Edward II gifted this property, the lands around, and the castle to the Clifford family. Of course, originally their name would have been sounding far more French because they were Normans too. But they took the name Clifford from another castle, and that's the inheritance that was then passed on at this place, their seat of power. Right throughout the Civil War, it stood up to the ravages of the parliamentarians and finally lost after a 3-year siege. And there was a lady here at that time, a powerful lady by the name of Lady Anne Clifford. Lady Anne not only inspired the people to stand up for the royal cause as a great patron of Charles I, but even in defeat, this lady didn't take it lying down, because there's a plaque on the castle that recounts how she rebuilt this. Because when the final fall of the castle came after the 3-year siege, the orders of Parliament declared it was to be ransacked and smashed as much as possible and rendered unusable. But this lady had other ideas, and even though they'd lost the battle, she rebuilt the castle. And it wasn't only here, she rebuilt other areas as well. But she made her mark and not only rebuilt the castle, but to celebrate its completion around 1659, she planted a yew tree, which is still growing here today. A tale of an amazing building and an incredibly powerful lady who stood up for what she believed in, and although she was the end of the line, she lived to 86 years of age, but never another Clifford after her. But she did leave this, and no one's going to forget her family, their name, or the work that they did here. But we'd better get back down the dump and see what else we can find there.
Ooh, it's very windy. Ooh, there's a whole bottle, look. It's a tablespoon bottle and it's a lovely colour. Very pretty. And let's have a look up here. Let's see if we can see anything interesting. Oh, I can see a whole little plate. Oh, wow. Get right down. I don't want to pick it up and then drop it. Oh, look, it's got a hole in it. What a shame. Thought we'd finally found a whole plate. And, oh. That would have been very nice had it not been broken. Aha, now that looks very similar to that other bit of ceramics we found with some copper on. So it's off a lamp, an oil lamp. Now we know. Let's have a look at these bottles here. We've got some lung tonic and another bottle, lots of bottles with, oh wait a minute, does that have some writing on? Yeah, I thought I felt something. Dinnyford's magnesia. And these are all plain, they're very pretty. And I wish I could take them all with me, but I can't. Look at that for a bottle collection. Whoa, there's enough to keep you happy for hours there. And a teapot. I'll leave that there and let's see if Phil finds it. Lots of broken things down here. Got a kettle. And a bowl. Well, a bit of a bowl. Oh, but I can't pick that up. There's not a pattern on it. The plate. And what's this? Looks interesting. Oh, it's a vase. It has some flowers on. What else have we got down here? Some bottles with the tops missing. Some pots with bits missing. A teapot with the lid on the bottom and the handle missing. And what's that? Oh, a bit more bottle. And we got a plate. Still more to see. See if we can get back up. Ow! There are an awful lot of pricklies here today. They're very painful. Let's have a look. Oh, it's not whole. Another egg cup. We find so many egg cups in Yorkshire. Now we are mudlarking with Tom Burley, and he's already had some wonderful finds, and he's beaten me to the first pipe find of the day. So come over this area to see if we can find anything more exciting to trump his finds. So keep looking carefully and shout if you see something. That's a really nice bottle, isn't it? I like that. There's a very pretty teapot. Oh, look at the pattern. Oh, look at the size on that. What's that? Oh, I think it's an old toilet. Is that a bit of pipe stem? No, I didn't think it was. Oh, it's a piece of ceramics. We will find a pipe stem somewhere. Anything in here? Bit of egg cup. Oh, what's this? A Yorkshireman's advice to mission something. That's lovely. It probably is a famous image that some of you may recognise. I don't. So if you do recognise that, let me know in the comments, please. That would be good to know. I found this big handle which I'm going to take because it could come in useful for some of Phil's teapots. I'm sure he'll end up taking some back, so that could well replace one of the teapot handles. Probably not going to match, but that's never bothered Phil before. Another little kettle. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's the bottom of a tureen. And it's a big chunk of white. Oh, that willow pattern. I don't know what it is. Perhaps a tureen lid. And that's possibly the bottom of the tureen. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Look what I found. Look what I found. It's not a piece of pipe stem. Definitely. Oh, no, no. It is a pipe bowl. Oh, it's got a little bit of pipe stem on. And it's a pipe bowl. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. You know me and my pipe bowls, pipe stems. Wow. Oh, I'm so pleased to find that. Find of the day. Absolutely. Find of the day. I love a good pipe bowl.
I always seem to be in a hole when I meet you these days, dear.
You do.
You look so much taller.
Oh, I feel very tall. Oh, that's nice. Chesterfield Church, is it?
I'm not sure. I seen Chesterfield, but I couldn't read the other bit.
I think it says church. It may not.
It's an egg cup.
Yeah, it's very nice with no bottom.
And I got this for you.
Oh, thank you. Always very useful for my art.
And then it's been a bit of a mix today, and I've got to be honest, prizes go to Caroline. She's found some amazing and incredible things. The dump is never a disappointment, but sometimes something really simple can bring you back to what it's all about. And here's my find.
Oh, is that a bit of pipe stem?
I believe so.
Ooh.
There's a lump of clay. And there we go.
Yes.
Excavated from the lump of clay.
Oh, lovely. I do love a bit of pipe stem. Strolling along, and I found some things that some bottle diggers have left behind. We got a sheer top ink there. We've got a gorgeous Victorian tile. A pagoda from a piece of Japanese china. We got a few bottles. Oh, that's a really pretty colour green, isn't it? Ooh. And we've got one of those invalid cups. There used to be a spout on there. Oh, this is an interesting bottle. It says Fred Anderson, registered Fred Anderton, sorry, trademark Skipton. We've got lots of gorgeous bottles. The sort of bottles that sometimes you can only dream of, and there's loads here. We've got a Bovril jar of 4 ounce, some little paste pots, and look at the colour on these. They're stunning, and they're just left lying around on the dump. What a treat. Oh, this is fabulous. Look what I found. It's an old book. You can see, oh, is it a date? The Bradford Telegraph and Argus. No date. Oh, is that more of it? And there's more. Sorry if this isn't very good on the screen. I'm trying to pick it all up. Oh, there's still some life inside there. Oh, right. Where can I get a bag to carry that lot home? I'm not leaving that here. Whoa, that's a big hole. I don't think I'm going to go down there because I get the feeling if I do, I'm not getting back up. But along here are a few things that were thrown out of the hole, and look at that. That's an absolutely stunning, gorgeous, pretty willow pattern teapot with no spout and no lid and a few cracks. It is very nice. Oh, I've also seen, look at this, it's a milk glass, and I haven't seen one of those before. It says 18 on the bottom, but it's got a breakage. There's a shovel and a big fat brown jar, which I'm assuming had malt in that. And just wander along here, lots of broken bottles. Has anybody spotted any gold doubloons? I haven't yet, but I'm going to keep looking. Oh, we got something stripy, matches my wellies. Probably a stripy jug. Ooh. And son. Aha, Holborn brothers and son. Well, I'm assuming that's a little ashtray. There's only half of it, but I think that's worth hanging on to. And oh, look, some poor bottle digger's forgotten his wellies. I bet he's got very soggy feet.
Now, usually when we're out on a dump like this, I'm the one picking up all the teapots. Now, Caroline is giving me teapots. And I'm so glad, because that is one stunning teapot. But of course, it does leave me with a bit of a problem. The shelves in the shed are full. Now, on a previous visit, I had a little plank of Tom and put all the delicate little bottles on. This is going to take a mega plank. We've got to go put up a mega shelf to take all these teapots. So come on folks, let's pop the shelf up and get the teapots on display over at the shed. Well, here we are folks, back at the shed, and as you can see, a substantial piece of timber. Yes, I've been back to the auction where they sell off the offcuts and the damaged pieces of wood from the timber yard nearby, and I pick up some real good bargains. And as I said, I want something substantial this time to carry those teapots so I can put them all in one place. And what a lot we've got. But this piece of wood shows the reason why it was sold off cheap. Because if I flip it over, you can see that on this end, it's damaged. It was split along the knot line and it's no good for anything, as far as they were concerned. But you know me better than that. I'm going to use this piece of wood and incorporate this lovely broken end as part of the design of the shelf. So let's get inside the shed and you can see just what I'm doing, what I've done, and tell me if you think it looks as good as I think it does. Come on, let's get in there and see what's going on. As you quickly learn when working with me, everything serves more than one purpose. I trained underground in the coal mines, and if there's one thing we learned to do, it was improvise. As I've said, try and manage was the catchphrase of the colliery. And today, my beautiful 100-year-old elm chair is serving as a workbench and doing a brilliant job. Now, as you can see, I've trimmed the end off here. The reason I've done that is twofold. One, it gives me the perfect support for that end there. As you can see, that will go beautifully as the support for that end, which I'm very pleased with, and it gives that nice rustic edge which will match in with the rest of the end of the timber that's damaged. But more importantly than that, it means that when I measure my 46 inches, instead of coming here, which would cut right through that knot, one, losing the beautiful texture from the shelf, but two, making hard work, because cutting through a knot is very, very difficult. That is 10 times harder at least to cut than the standard timber. So now my cut will be here. It'll keep all of this beautiful pattern in the wood and it'll make lighter work for me. and I've still got a substantial piece left to make a little shelf elsewhere. And this isn't the only piece I have of this timber. I've got several pieces that I cut out of the length, but I chose this one specifically because of the pattern in the knots and the damage. That is going to make this shelf work brilliantly, I believe. Well, back to work. Let's do a bit more cutting. There we have it, one shelf in place and ready to put on the teapots. I think that that corner over there, where it shapes out and is all wavy and damaged, looks much nicer than this side over here. But also it creates the space for my chair to go back in there now that it's no longer a workbench, so that I can turn the chair, get up and around. It works brilliantly. A piece of timber that reduced the value of that lot by 70% simply because it was damaged, and it's become the perfect shelf. And just to prove it, let's put on the pots and see what it looks like. I've one more teapot that came from up on the dump, and here it is. And what I discovered was, you may remember that last week we found a few lids down there in the River Aire, and I said that they may fit a teapot. Well, hey presto, look at that for a fit, and quite a good match as well. The only thing is, as I mentioned, sometimes it's nice to mix things up. So I tried this lid. Now, I like that. I like the fact that you've got this treacle brown go into a much lighter and daintier pattern here, and then come into this beautiful orange and cream with a green finial on top. For me, that works, because as you can see, this is never going to pour tea again. This isn't a teapot for use. This is purely for my pleasure, my decorative design, and of course it rescues another wonderful piece of art from the ground and gets it back on display. So that is taking its place like that. Hope you agree, because it's going on the shelf. There we have it, the last space filled up on this shelf, heavily laden with amazing, wonderful teapots, all of which have been taken out of the ground and brought back on display here in the shed. Hope you enjoy seeing them as much as I do, including their mixed lids, which are starting to become a bit of a feature around here, and something I particularly like. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of DIY and seeing the teapots fill up the shelf, but I know you enjoy the craft as well. But today the craft isn't in the shed. Oh no, and it's not me that's doing it. I'm going to send you over now to Caroline in her studio up at Johnson Towers, the other end of the garden, and she's going to show you something amazing that she's done with 100-year-old paper. Yes, folks, paper that was thrown in a dump, has been through 100 years of weather and was burnt in the dump, and Caroline has made something beautiful out of it. So let's go see what she's doing.
Hello everyone, this is me from my studio, and I'm going to show you today what we've done with that big wad of newspapers that we found. They were really sodden and stinky around the edges. You can see there's still a lot of mess, and we will have a lot of mess on my desk by the time we've finished. I couldn't pull the pages apart. I tried, and you can see here they just tore. So I decided to let them dry. I've let them dry, and now I'm going to take them apart. And I thought you might like to join me. We'll have a little look what's in here, and then we'll make something with whatever we find. So to do this, I've got my French curve. Now, this is not what French curves are designed for. They're very technical drawing instruments, but I use them to split papers up. Right, so, oh, now this is a Clark's Threads, Embroideries and Cottons. I always think of Clark's as being a shoe shop, but beautiful little old image there. Now, I'm not going to be able to get in on one layer, I don't think. So I found a gap. So we'll break this gap up. Oh, you have to be so careful. These are so delicate. See what I can do. Oh, we've lost her head. A bit like Marie Antoinette. Right, this is stuck down there. Let's see what we can do. So now we got pearl Osram lamps, and this must have been a huge page advert. I wonder if this is a toy shop. 2,000 boxes of fountain pens given by something cattle products. Why are cattle products donating things like that? I wonder, that mind boggles. So let's have a little look, see if we can find anything else. In we go. Ooh, it's like Christmas. Let's see what we can find. Getting very delicate. As it is, I've got so many bits of this paper. If I do lose some, it's not the end of the world. I'd rather not, especially something pretty. But I'm not beating myself up when I accidentally, like that, tear something. It's just so delicate. Can't be avoided, really. So, Royal Court Theatre, Liverpool, London's latest success, Plunder. The writing bits I can use really easily in my journaling because I use them to make backgrounds or collages and things, but I am specifically hoping to get advertisements for bottles or something. Ah, look, there's some more of that page. We got a policeman now as well. Ooh, better behave yourselves, everyone. You're being watched. Let's go up into here. Oh, I can see a train. I can see a train. The thing is, somebody tried burning this. It didn't burn, as you can tell, but the outside all welded together. So what have we got here? We've got Daily Dispatch, free insurance registration form, all workers covered. And Bassett Loke, scale model Duke of York logo, free for coupons, BDV cigarettes. You would have to pay 28 shillings for this in a shop. Wow. The lady hanging out the window says, just drop this in the letterbox on your way, with a policeman chasing him. I wonder what he's been up to. Oh dear. You can see this is very, very stuck. What have we got on the back here? Phosphorine, the greatest of all tonics for influenza, debility, indigestion, sleepiness, exhaustion, neuralgia, maternity weakness, weak digestion, mental exhaustion, loss of appetite, lassitude, neuritis, faintness, brain fag, anemia, nerve shock, malaria, rheumatism, headache and sciatica. Nurses recommend phosphorine for maternity weakness. And she should know because there's a nurse with her dog. Must be true. Right, this one looks like it may be a bit easier. This is the Reynolds Illustrated News from November the 11th, 1928, London, the 84th year, and it had 28 pages. It hasn't got 28 pages anymore. Let's go in and see what we can find, because in the front is somebody, the new Lord Mayor. Oh, of London, possibly. Could be, because it was made in London. An independent newspaper outside the big combines. Ooh. So let's have a look. Oh, we got a crossword. We haven't got all the answers, and we haven't got all the questions. I think we'll give up on that crosswords. I bet it was great fun at the time. Medical research, doctor on new use for murderers. Novel proposal. What are they going to do? I got to have a look. The suggestion that condemned murderers should be used for cancer research work. Oh, right. It's amazing we find in these papers. A few that I've already found, as they used to say on Blue Peter. Here are some I did earlier that I thought you might be interested in if we didn't find anything. And there weren't a lot of advertisements in that, was there? Put that off there. So we got this little boy, young Fred, who was taking a special course on training on the whatever. You've got an athlete's wedding there. You've got a little comic strip. Now this is lovely. Roundtree's cocoa and table jelly. And you could get one of these gift caskets free for 4 coupons. But look at this one. This has got to be my favourite so far. Are you ready for Christmas? Every year for 37 solid years, thousands of mothers the world over have prepared their Christmas puddings and mincemeat with a Torah. They've made them some weeks before to give the ingredients time to blend together. There's nothing that I'm worried about on the back, so that is going to be a beautiful image. I don't think I'll put... I could cut that up and use it in my journaling and things, but I think I'll put that on as a whole sheet in my actual art journal and do something with that because it's so pretty. Right, so I've got some bits and pieces here, and I've got one I made earlier that I'll try to show you if I move all this out of the way. But this one is still, the glue is trying to dry, so I don't really want to open it up. You can see up in there is a little bit of Velcro, and on the front, just decorated it. You can open this up then and give it to somebody with some money in. Spoil them for Christmas. And that's the sort of thing we're going to be making. We look in now, you can put in, now I've got here, if you wanted to put in a £20 note if you're feeling generous, and I also made this little postcard. Now these newspapers were from 1928, and this is an advertisement I found for York milk chocolates, top layer and second layer, and this old postcard had a really boring front on it, it really was bad. But it was from 1928, I thought that's perfect. So I took the 1928 advertisement, and now we've got a genuine vintage postcard that fits perfectly well. So you can give your friends or family something interesting to read too. Nice little collectible. But the only thing is, look, that keeps popping up. What are you going to do? Well, there's an answer. Phil's come in to see us. Do you want to see what we've made?
What have you made, yeah?
We've got a little money envelope.
Oh.
There, let's zoom you in.
Has it got a little money in it?
It has. Guess where I got that little money from?
I've got a sneaky feeling it's going to be a gift to me. So you probably took it out of my wallet.
I did. I don't have any cash on me at the moment. So now if we open this up, and there we've got our little decoration from our papers, and inside we've got our postcard from 1928 and Phil's £20 note. And which I perhaps I should keep because I worked so hard making this. I think it would be a nice payment.
It wouldn't look complete without it, would it?
No. That's my excuse. And it's easy enough to seal. And the person who gets this can always cover this to and from on this side and send it to somebody else. So you can recycle it too very easily. Right, we better get back over to the mudlarking then, Phil. What do you think?
I think we should.
Right, okay then. Right then, let's see you back over at the dump. This is a lovely big chunky bottle. There's nothing written on it. It's got a couple of air bubbles there, and it's not a screw top, it's a really, ooh. Other than chunky, I can't think of a word that would describe it, but I love it. I may carry that. There's some writing on the bottom that I can't read, and it may get replaced by something else, it may not. Let's see if we can find anything even better to replace it with. And that's a really pretty little green bottle. Look at that. And let's have a look what else we've got. Lots of broken pots, lots of broken bottles. I do wonder how many of these were broken just by the bottle diggers. It must be very upsetting for them though if they dig up something and think, oh wow, this is a £500 bottle, and then they realise they've snapped the end of it. So lots of the usual culprits of bottles, which I'm not going to take home. So look down there. Ooh, that's a deep one. Lots of spoil. Right, let's go have a look at the spoil. We do love to look at the spoil. Oh, look at this here. That's a nice one. Oh, Whittaker and Sons, Halifax. It's a very nice bottle. Right, so something purple. I would say that's probably off a teapot. Is there a purple teapot around here that we could put that together with? There's a bit of plate and a bit of what seems to be jelly mould. And there's a teapot.
Let's see what I got.
What have you got? Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, and the Bovril jar, 4 ounce. Oh, baby's bottle. Whoops.
Just snapped on the one end, but that's the most complete one I've found.
Isn't that lovely? Oh, what a shame it's snapped, but still very nice. We'll keep that one, is it? Because
that's going on the
haven't
shelf.
Got one like that.
Yeah, that's going on the shelf for sure.
Here's a bottle, and I think it's got some writing on it. No, that's where the labels come off, and it's very rough glass. Stephen Smith and Co Limited. Oh, I wonder if he's any relation to John Smith. Bottle Digger Spoils, chapter 3 or 4 or 5, I can't remember. We've seen so many piles of this. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a shoe. Nothing else, just a shoe. Pretty shoe though. Oh, I think I'll have that. And there are some bottles. This one says Yorkshire Relish. Oh, that's an interesting bottle. And the rest of these are plain. Got bits of teapot, no surprise there. Oh look, what a shame about that one. What does it say on the bottom? John Dewar and Sons Limited Distillers, Perth. Not a lot of that left, is there? Oh, look at the colour on that. I'm not going to take it because it's very sharp and uncuttable, I think. But it's a gorgeous colour. Oh look, something else that's broken. Oh, the bungalow. That would have been wonderful. But there's not a lot of that left, and there's a little hole at the top that you put your bung in. Oh, another oriental looking piece of china there. Two more sauce bottles. The A1 sauce. And tiger sauce.
Okay, last time we were here, everyone complained I didn't take this home, and I said it was too heavy. Today, I think I've got even more stuff than last time, so I may have to take 2 trips to the car, but I will do everything in my power to get this home with me.
Oh, you're a hero. Is this a dog?
What?
Oh, look! I found a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel dog. Oh, look, his head and his shoulders. There was probably one of them. We did. Ours was black and white and brown, a tricolour, I think they called them.
Oh, a gypsy.
Yep. So now we've got. This one probably was a try at some point, but we can't see the black bits of paint. Oh, how lovely! That is coming home with me.
I've got you a rose.
Oh, thank you. You brought me some roses.
A rose for my sweetheart.
A bit broken. It's very pretty though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You recovered slightly there, but anyway.
Yes, sweetie pie.
I really feel that this visit has been, for me, less about the bottles and the glass, which is phenomenal and always impressive, and more about the household bits and pieces that have turned up. And there can't be anything more reminiscent of times in the home in these parts of the world and in my house with my mum and her tea making than a tower of teapots.
Ta-da!
Now, are you impressed with my tower?
I am impressed. Look at that. What a tower. What a man.
A tower of teapots on an improvised plinth.
Ooh, Plinth and Teapot Man.
I'm impressed. But then again, there are those who say I'm easily impressed.
Yes.
But just before we go, can I share with you perhaps something that is even more down to earth and a memory of home life in days gone by? I have it just here.
Oh, it's a goes under the bed.
There we go. How's that for
Potty.
a potty? A potty for when you've had too much tea. Now I'm not going to try putting it on the top. It ain't going to work. You would not believe the efforts to balance that. But as I say, we've had a brilliant time. This is just some of the teapots I've put together today. Some will come home, some can't fit. But I hope you've enjoyed collecting them with us and seeing all the other things we found. If you have, give us a thumbs up.
Doing, doing, doing.
And of course, why not share it with all your friends? That would be brilliant. But most importantly, as we always say, till the next time, have fun. Bye.
Bye.